Ever imagine yourself back in kindergarten, as an adult?
Not really. Why?
Well, today we're diving deep into this YouTube video by the royalty family.
Okay.
And they basically decided to, relive a day in kindergarten.
As adults.
Yep, the whole crew.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's more insightful than you'd think.
I can see how that could be interesting, yeah.
I mean, just picturing them trying to squeeze into those tiny chairs, hilarious.
Totally. And it makes you wonder, how much did our physical size affect our experience as kids?
Exactly. We were talking about perspective earlier, and this video really highlights that.
Definitely. The world literally feels bigger when you're smaller, right?
And not just physically. Remember when learning the ABCs felt like a huge accomplishment?
I do, yeah. It's easy to forget how much effort went into those early learning experiences.
Right. We're so used to knowing things that we don't even think about how we learned them in the first place.
Absolutely.
So in the video, they go through a whole kindergarten day, from circle time to snack break.
Did they actually participate in the activities?
Oh, yeah. And seeing these adults struggle to remember letter sounds or, count to 10, it's a real reminder of how much we've learned since then.
It's kind of humbling, isn't it?
Totally. And I think it makes you appreciate the work that early childhood educators do.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot more than just playing with blocks and finger painting.
Exactly. And it made me wonder, how would our adult perspectives change how we approach those basic concepts now?
That's a good point. If you were back in kindergarten now, with all your adult knowledge, would you learn differently?
I think so, yeah. We'd bring a whole different set of experiences and ways of thinking to the table.
That's interesting to consider.
I mean, imagine trying to explain, quantum physics to a 5-year-old.
Or even just basic algebra,
Right. It's a whole different ballgame.
And I think that's a big takeaway from this video. Even something as simple as kindergarten can be incredibly insightful when you look at it from a new angle.
Absolutely.
Right.
It makes you realize that every experience, no matter how small, shapes who we are.
And I think it's a reminder to never stop learning, right?
Exactly. There's always something new to discover, even in things we think we already know.
Like going back to kindergarten.
Exactly.
I wonder if there are other childhood experiences that we could revisit and gain new insights from.
I bet there are.
Yeah, what about, learning to ride a bike?
Oh, yeah.
Think about how different that would feel as an adult. The fear, the excitement, the triumph.
Or maybe even just playing with certain toys,
Like building blocks or dolls or something.
Yeah. How would our adult brains approach those activities now? It's really fascinating to think about.
It is, and I think it speaks to the idea that learning is a lifelong journey, right? And never really stops.
Totally. And this video is a great reminder to keep exploring and discovering, no matter what stage of life we're in.
And maybe to appreciate the simple things a little bit more.
Definitely. So, for all of you listening, what childhood experience would you revisit if you could? And what would you learn from it now?
Keep that question in mind as you go about your day. You might be surprised by the answers you find.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See ya.